Welcome to WeLearn, Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 3 of Retail Marketing and the chapter is Formats of Retailing. The topics to be covered are Introduction, Classification of Retail Formats, Traditional Retail Formats, Modern Retail Formats, Impact of Economic Liberalization, Types of Chain Stores in the Indian Context. The introduction. The term retail format refers to the basic structure of a retail business conceived, designed and developed to cater to the needs of the end customer. So retail format refers to the designing, conceiving and developing of the needs so that the customers are satisfied. Retail formats come in a whole variety of shapes and sizes. These can be quite different in terms of the ownership of retail business itself, the characteristics of the premises used and the orientation of the product range. So these are different in the way retail business itself is owned and the characteristics of the premises as well as the orientation of the product range. Classification of retail formats. It comes in traditional retail format, which includes kiranas and independent stores, the traditional mom and pop stores, kiosks, street markets. Traditional retail formats have been a part of the retail landscape of India. So retail formats have long been a part of the retail landscape. The traditional retail formats have formed the crux of the retail landscape of India. These are unorganized retail sector across product categories. So these come in the unorganized category of the retail sector. Kiosks are those category of low-lost small-time retailers like tea stalls, snack centers, barber shops, pushcart and mobile vendors. Big or small, catering to all including the floating public. Convenience and location are the major factors for their popularity. So the street markets, they are a common sight. They occur everywhere. So that is a common sight in every location, whether it is big or small, that is catering to all the needs of the public. Floating public means the public which comes there and shop quite oftenly and people who are passing from there and they stop in. And convenience and location, these are the major factors for the people to come to the stores. The modern retail formats are department stores, variety stores, supermarkets or hypermarkets, convenience stores, discount stores, catalog shops, factory outlets, company owned, company operated. Department stores are the oldest form of large store concept. Traditionally offers a collection of personal and home furnishing goods under one roof to an increasingly demanding middle class customers. So department stores offers a collection of personal as well as home furnishing goods and products which offers one shop service which under one roof to an increasingly demanding middle class people. It is a multi-level store format, usually between 2 to 5 stories, which are segmented into clearly defined areas according to the product category. So 2 to 5 stories are there on which different products are kept, like for on the first floor the home furnishing goods are there, on the second floor the garments are there. So in this way the product categories are divided according to the floors. On one floor only one product range is kept, like the garments of boys as well as the girls, or home furnishing product which is also there. Variety stores, basically an American concept picking up in India too. It's basically an American concept that's picking up in India in a big way. This format offers a large variety of goods under one roof, including both food and non-food items. So it includes both food and non-food items as well, and it offers all the food or the non-food items under one roof. The store environment is usually clearly laid out, it's proper, it's clear, usually over 1 or 2 floors. Straightforward approach to product display. Product is easily visible and you can easily see the products which are displayed. Self-service is also there, where the people take the products by themselves and do the payment themselves. Supermarkets or hypermarkets. The major benefits of this retail format are it allows the customer to get involved with the product, the ability to peruse the product offering, try new products and impulse purchase, appeals to the increasingly rich. So basically it allows the customers to get involved with the product, to see the product and to also peruse the product offering, to actually gain awareness or knowledge about what the product is offering to them, what's in store in the product for them, and also try new products, experiment, and whatever new products seem or appeal to the customers, to buy them, to purchase them on the moment without thinking much. It appeals to the rich class, to the increasingly rich class. Supermarkets have grown into superstores, adapting to change in lifestyle to provide the most convenient way to shop for household goods for the bulk of households. For many households, it offers a convenient and the most comfortable way to shop for the people for goods and services of daily routine. So that is why hypermarkets or supermarkets have come up in a big way. Convenience stores. The criteria applied to this store-based format is self-service, 1,000 to 3,000 square feet selling area. Parking facilities are also there. Open 7 days a week for longer hours. Wide range of products with limited brand choice, and OTC medicines are also there. So wide range of products is there, limited brand choice is there. It's open 7 days a week for long hours so that people can come anytime and shop. Discount stores. Retail format's key characteristic is the price of the merchandise offered by the store, which is subject to individual customer perceptions. By and large, a discount store is a retailer that sells merchandise at a price level that is lower than the typical high street stores. So it is customary that the discounter uses an everyday low pricing policy. So in discount store, it is a key characteristic of the merchandise which is offered by the store. This is basically subjected to individual perceptions, and where the discounts are levied on each and every product and item which is displayed over there. And the discount store, that is a type of retailer that sells merchandise at a price level that is lower than the typical high street stores. Either a sale is offered or a discount is offered, either it is flat or it is up to, but that usually attracts the customers, and that is the customary that the discounter uses this discount to the best possible way. Catalog shops. The basic design is that a very little product is displayed in the outlet in comparison to the range as a whole, but informative catalogs are available for customers to browse through if they wish to. Having decided the product, the payment is made and the customer waits for a while till the desired product is retrieved from the warehouse which is attached to the showroom or store. So this is basically the catalog shops. They don't have much products to display, but they display limited product range, and the informative catalogs are there from which you can gain information and decide which product you want to take. And when the product is decided, the payment is made, and after that the desired product is retrieved from the warehouse which is attached to the showroom or the store. Factory outlets. To a large extent, this format is similar to that of a discount store only. The outlet offer customers a range of seconds quality or previous season stock. So it offers the customers a range of a previous season. The major advantage is that it helps the manufacturer to dispose of unwanted merchandise without damaging the image of the main product or retail brand, which otherwise occupies a large storage space with funds locked in for a long time. So basically, the previous season stock, the retailer tries to dispose it off, and the major advantage is that he or she gets rid of the unwanted merchandise which is displayed and which is taking the large storage space, and the funds are also locked in for a long time, and the customer also gets it at a lower price which the customer demands. Company owned, company operated. These retail outlets are scattered across the length and breadth of the country. Bata outlets are a classic example, and also some of the government-controlled textile showrooms, state emporia, and similar such retail outlets of different product categories. So Bata is one such example, which are these stores, and these outlets are scattered across the length and breadth of the country. You go to any part of the country, you will get such outlets in anywhere. Impact of economic liberalization. Since 1990, that is post-economic reforms of liberalization, privatization and globalization, competition and foreign investment was at its peak, which led to proliferation of brands with both foreign and Indian companies acquiring a strong brand equity for their products. Hence, franchising emerged as a popular mode of retailing. In 2002, there were over 5,000 franchised outlets. The sales of franchises grew at a rapid pace of 14% per annum. So after the economic reforms of LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization of 1990, huge foreign investment came in, which led to the proliferation of foreign brands and the exposure of Indian people to the brand equity and the foreign brands which were never there before. And it also led to the franchising. The sales of franchises also grew at a rapid pace of 14%. Types of chain stores in Indian context. Besides franchising, the other major retailing format that became popular in the Indian context is the multiples, which are better known as chain stores. There were about 18,000 chain stores in the year 2002, which are now growing in leaps and bounds. In 2002, 1,800 chain stores were there, which are now growing in huge numbers. By leaps and bounds, they are growing. They are also known as multiples. Types of chain stores in Indian context. These chains are predominant with respect to some important product categories such as food, health and beauty products. Chain stores also contain health and beauty products, food, clothing and footwear, home furniture and household goods, durable goods, leisure and personal goods are also there. Food chain. There are a variety of retailers operating in the food retailing sector. This is true considering the enormous size of the market for food. So there are lots of retailers are also operating. However, traditional types of retailers who operate small single outlet businesses mainly using family labor dominate this sector. In comparison, supermarkets account for a minuscule proportion of food sales because they include overheads and low margins, proximity to customers, long opening hours, and additional services like home delivery. So supermarkets also account for a minuscule proportion of food sales because they are more open, they're more close to the customers, they have longer opening hours, and they offer additional services like home delivery, and they also include overheads and low margins. Health and beauty products chain. With rise in income and the urge to look good and maintain sound health made Indians spend a considerable amount on health and beauty products. So, with increase in income and the urge to look good, people are also spending on health and beauty products. However, in the recent past, a good number of retail chains specializing in health and beauty products have sprung up. Currently, they account for a reasonably good share of sales of these products. However, as Indians spend more on such products in future, their business will undoubtedly expand exponentially. So, health and beauty products chain have also sprung up in the recent past, and they account for a reasonably good share of sales, and Indians are spending a lot, and in the future also, with more spend, their business will undoubtedly expand. So health and beauty products chain is also growing at a huge level. Clothing and footwear chain. There is no city in India where you do not find a clothing and footwear outlet. These outlets are omnipresent, particularly in shopping centers and markets. You generally find a mix of traditional and modern stores. Traditional outlets are characterized by size and cramped with little emphasis on attractive displays. These outlets basically stock a limited range of cheap and popular items. So the traditional outlets are characterized by the limited range of cheap and popular items. In contrast, modern stores are spacious with sample products attractively displayed in windows, sometimes with mannequins. Similar to food retailing, there are also innumerable number of retail outlets selling clothing and footwear in makeshift stalls on pavements. The rock bottom prices offered by these category of sellers, which are much lower than the prices offered by branded products, make them attractive to large number of customers. So the modern stores are also filled with attractively displayed products either on mannequins or on windows, and they are selling clothing and footwear in makeshift stalls, and their prices are basically low, which attracts a lot of people. Home furniture and household goods chain. The home furniture and household goods retailing sector in India has predominantly belonged to the small retailers from the unorganized sector. Despite the large size of this market, very few modern and large retailers have established specialized stores for these products. Looking at the increase in income levels and the changing lifestyles of consumers, there is a considerable potential for the entry of specialized retail chains, and it is likely that this is possible in the next couple of years. It may be noted that at present a few leading brands are important and sold in the Indian market. So with the coming of huge income levels, and the home furniture and household goods chain has also increased. Durable goods chain. We have witnessed a large number of foreign consumer durable companies into the Indian market during the 1990s. This move has transformed this sector dramatically. A much wider variety of consumer electronic items and household appliances became available to the Indian consumer. Competition among companies to sell their brands provided a strong impetus to the growth for retailers operating in this sector. And also with the coming of with the witnessing of the economic reforms, a much wider variety of consumer electronic items and household appliances have also become available to the customer, and there is a competition among the companies to sell their brands, and that also provides a huge motivation and impetus for the growth of retailers. Leisure and personal goods chain. Sharp rise in household income due to economic growth spurred consumer expenditure on leisure and personal goods in India. It's very common to see specialized retailers for each category of products in this sector. A few retail chains has emerged, particularly in the retailing of books and music products in almost all the metro cities and other major cities and towns in the Indian scenario. So there is increasing demand of movies, music as well as books, which has also spurred consumer expenditure on all these goods. So that was all about the formats of retail, different kinds of the shops which contain different product range and how they are useful to the people. So these are some of the questions. You have to do it yourself. Question number 1, list out all the modern retail formats in the Indian context and explain each of them briefly. And second is an activity which you have to try and move around any shopping complex or malls or marketplace in your location and try and identify any other chain stores which has emerged in the recent past and comment to the factors that lead to its formation. That's all. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.